If there's one thing we can do in memory of my mother is fix this.
Only on 12 News, a son's plea to state leaders: don't let people die in the heat.
Last year, Kate Corman died after the power was shut off at her home in Sun City West. She had fallen behind on her electric bill, and temperatures had reached over 100 degrees.
The I-Team's Joe Dana has been reviewing heat death records and tells us why the coming weeks may be the most dangerous.
When is it too hot for a utility to shut off electricity? For the biggest utility in the state, that begins June 1st. But some worry when temperatures begin soaring in May, residents are vulnerable.
Get your scooter.
As a retired grandmother, Betty fills her days with family and neighbors. Her friend Kate lived just across the way.
She was fun. Liked to go to the movies, liked to go out to dinner.
When Kate didn't show up for a weekly lunch in the middle of May last year, Betty called for a welfare check.
It took the sheriff going in with a flashlight.
82-year-old Kate Corman's power was shut off. She was found dead inside a week later.
I think it's very wrong if it's an older person in their 80s, of all things.
The medical examiner determined this widow and retired healthcare researcher died in an accident after she was exposed to hot temperatures. Heat-related deaths often involve other factors, and the ME also said Kate died from complications of drinking and heart disease. Kate was behind on her power bill. The day her power was turned off, it was 99 degrees outside. The days to follow hit 102.
The electricity was there. It could have kept my mother alive. But someone decided to switch that off.
APS tells 12 News Kate stopped paying her bill 3.5 months before the shutoff, and they made 10 attempts to communicate to her through bills, phone, email, and notifications. One activist says Kate's death is evidence of a window of time when utility customers may be vulnerable to a heat emergency. That's because state regulators protect APS customers from shutoffs between June 1st and October 15th. In April and May, there is no shutoff protection.
Heat kills people. It kills people more than any other weather-related event combined.
Stacey Champion advocates for heat victims and discovered details of Kate's death after reviewing last year's county heat reports. They show in all 138 people died indoors. Most had AC that was not working at the time. At least 13, like Kate, had no electricity.
Very big questions.
Champion also exposed the death of a 72-year-old APS customer, Stephanie Pullman, in 2018, after Pullman's power was shut off because she was just $51 short on her payments. That prompted regulators to create the summer shutoff moratorium. Champion says it does not go far enough.
I strongly advocated for temp-based shutoff rules versus date-based for this very reason.
The state's other large utility, SRP, is not regulated by the commission and has looser shutoff rules. The moratorium is for July and August only, outside those months on days the National Weather Service labels excessive heat warnings. The policy means in May and June of last year, SRP recorded more than 1,600 shutoffs in each of those 2 months. The utility saying they go to great lengths to avoid disconnection with calls, a letter, texts, and email alerts when a bill is due or past due. Champion wants a statewide law banning utility shutoffs on days 95 degrees or higher, no matter the time of year. Something one family hopes lawmakers will reconsider.
How is it possible that there is a switch that someone flips to switch off the power when it is too hot for them to survive? That should be a thing that is not possible to happen.
APS also tells us they went beyond what is required by state regulators in this case, and that for those who have vulnerable loved ones like elderly parents, APS offers 2 programs that allow customers to authorize that individual to monitor their accounts by providing notifications if bills are unpaid. You can find more on both APS and SRP's programs at this story right now at 12news.com. Joe Dana, 12 News.
Joe, thanks.